Guys, today I'm building a secret passage no burglar will ever find. Shh, welcome to Haxman, y'all. Ever since I was a kid watching Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark with my dad, I have been fascinated with secret passageways, secret doorways, and hidden rooms. As much as I wanted to, I could never figure out how to build one in my own home until now.
Yes?
Hey, can I build a secret door to your room?
No.
What about here? Oh, geez, sorry. I didn't mean it. Wait a minute. What? That can't be. Must be losing my mind. And that just leaves this one door in my bedroom next to this clothes hanger thing. Now, most secret doors operate like a regular door. They either swing in or they swing out. In is the easiest, out a little more difficult. But I've got an even bigger problem. This room has carpet.
Ugh. Brother, ugh.
And for this door, that's not a big deal because it can swing freely. That's because it has a space under the door. But if I leave that same space on my secret door, it won't be much of a secret because any experienced treasure hunter will know exactly what it is by seeing that gap. If I take the door all the way down to the carpet, it's gonna scrub and be really difficult to open. Not to mention, it's gonna leave a line that will stay on the carpet forever. Another dead giveaway. That leaves me with just one option. It's gonna have to lift, just like this. How hard can it be? The secret room might be inspired by Indiana Jones, but the gull wing opening is totally inspired by that awesome car from the 80s. That flying Camaro from the cartoon Mask. What? You thought I was gonna say the DeLorean? Real quick, guys, this YouTube channel has grown a lot over the last several months. So if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. My name's Adam. I was a professional cabinet and furniture builder for nearly 20 years. I owned a business with my dad. I have had this channel for about 3 years now, working on various projects with my wife and 3 daughters. Even though my background is mainly in woodworking, I've dabbled in all the other trades, so I try to bring everything I've ever learned to this channel, and I like to try out all kinds of different projects. Once I had all the doorstop removed from the door casing, I filled in all of the holes with Bondo and sanded it smooth. Okay, back to where we were earlier. All the pieces for the door / cabinet are cut out. Now I just need to go swap out the blade in the saw for a dado stack. Now, if you don't know what a dado blade is, it's literally a stack of saw blades that cuts a wide groove in plywood, or any wood for that matter. And when you do it on the edge like this, it's called a rabbet. Why? I have no idea. But if you leave a groove in the middle, it's still called a dado. I can't explain it. To secure the box together, I'm going to be using pocket holes and my trusty pocket hole jig, because this thing's amazing, makes for really strong, fast joints. When building basic cabinet boxes like this, I like to use pocket hole joinery to secure everything together, but before I put the screws in, I like to secure everything with some 18 gauge narrow crown staples. The staples will prevent the pocket hole screws from getting the boards misaligned. Now I can go ahead and flip this box over and I can measure for the back. And I'm gonna use 1/2" plywood for the back so that it's super strong. When I decided to go full-time on YouTube and close down the cabinet shop, I sold all of my old professional cabinet tools, a decision I have regretted ever since then because I really want my old cabinet saw. However, saying that, these track saws are amazing for projects like this and a real lifesaver if you don't have a lot of space. So for this top box, I don't want the back to go all the way across because I want to have access inside here. So I'm just gonna kind of stop it right here and right here to help keep it square, but that way I can still reach in here and do everything I need. By rabbiting the back sides of the cabinet box, it allows me to drop in the 1/2 inch back, which will help square up the cabinet and add a ton of strength. With the 1/2 inch back in place, I went ahead and marked out and started installing all of the 3/4 inch shelves. I think I have some more of that paint color somewhere in this mess. I need a Swiss coffee and something like a semi-gloss. Semi-gloss, Swiss coffee, where you at? Come on now. Oh, what is this right here? Swiss coffee, semi-gloss. Semi-gloss, we gonna go with it. Oh, that's not a good sign. Look at that. Look at that.
That's disgusting. Oh.
Okay. Smell. I'm surprised you haven't started gagging yet, Kim.
I didn't smell it.
I called Josh at the paint store. He's mixing the paint up for me. And while I'm waiting on that, I'm gonna test fit this upper piece. Oh, Lord. Come on now, don't do that to me. Okay, hold up. Hold up, hold up. There we go, there we go, there we go. I didn't hang this door, I didn't frame this out, so I don't really know how square it is. Just like that. This is really going to be just a support up here. You won't be able to put anything in this part of the cabinet. Hold on. This is Adam.
Hey Adam, this is Josh at Adley's.
Hey Josh.
Hey man, I cannot find the Sherwin-Williams Swiss coffee.
Can I just read them to you off of the lid? I mean, is that what'll work for you? Yeah, it's in a Sherwin-Williams can. Yeah, this is from... So I see OC-45 Swiss coffee. Oh, that's funny. Okay, yeah, because this is from when they built the house, so I didn't go cheating on y'all or anything, you know what I mean? So this is where it's going to hinge for the bottom part, and I'm going to I'll get to the hinges in a minute. I'll get to the hinges that I'm going to be using in just a minute, but I've got to have a lot of wood right up in here, so I'm going to have to build this up. So this will get attached up here. This will be hinged right here. And then, you know, the center section of the cabinet is actually narrower. So now that I know that this fits, what I am going to do to cover this up and to hide the fact that this, you know, I can't help but have a split right here for where it's going to fold open. So I'm going to make this look like 2 doors, and those doors are going to come over to this trim. And that hopefully will help camouflage the fact that this opens right here, because you would normally have a split there anyway from the bottom of the doors. Hopefully that looks right. Now when this face frame goes on here, I want it to set flush with the frame that's already here. And as you can see, it sits a little proud of that. And that's gonna be an easy fix, because all I have to do is set this back just a little bit, and then I'm gonna notch out on the saw. I'm just gonna cut a little chamfer right there. With the chamfer there, it'll be flush at the front, and I'll be able to avoid that little reveal right there. I'm using poplar wood for this face frame material, and poplar is a very popular wood to use. It's kind of the base wood you would want to use for cabinetry face frames. Maple is a better choice, but poplar is much easier to work with. Maple is just harder and more durable. I've got the stiles cut for the face frame. And the easiest way to figure out how wide to cut my rails is to put my stiles side by side and then measure them. And I come up to basically 4 7/8. What I want my overall face frame dimension to be is 30 1/4. So 30 inches and 1/4 minus 4 inches and 7/8 equals 25 3/8. So 25 3/8 is how wide I need my rails to be in between the stiles. Just like with the cabinet box, I'll be using pocket hole screws and my pocket hole jig to attach this face frame together. Here I'm assembling the top two faux door frames, and I'm just pocket screwing those together, and I'm using a framing square to make sure that everything stays nice and square. To hold everything down for the bigger face frame, I'm going to take the stiles and I'm going to line them up here on the edge of the table here and use my clamp to hold that down. That way that'll hold that tight. And then when the screws are going in, the screws are gonna want to automatically pull this down, and that way it'll keep this from popping up. 3 weeks ago, I dropped my first album of co-produced music featuring 80s synthwave music like the song you're hearing right now on all of your favorite streaming services. And it's done amazingly well. Thank you guys for listening to it. But I have some exciting news because today we're dropping our second album. This one's a smaller album, but it still has that same vibe and feel. And I hope you'll go listen to it on Spotify, Amazon, Apple Music, everywhere where you stream your music. And give me some feedback. Let me know which songs you like best, what type of songs you'd like to hear on another album. By the way, this music is 100% copyright free, so if you have your own YouTube channel, you can play this music on your channel. I will put links in the description, or you can just search Haxman. I'm gonna route the back of those two frames that I built, the smaller ones, because I need those to look like two fake doors. So I've got to put a panel in from the back. I'm not going to build them obviously like a regular door, like a real door. I'm just going to drop the panel in a recess from the back. To secure this panel in, I'm using a Framing Points nail gun. Not something you typically have, but I do, so I'm using it. It's typically used in the picture framing industry. If you're watching this video, you're probably interested in woodworking. So I want to share with you an online community of knowledgeable, like-minded woodworkers where members can advance their skills, learn new techniques, and discover tons of step-by-step woodworking projects. It's the Woodworkers Guild of America. It's a fantastic online resource for learning more about woodworking or becoming inspired no matter your skill level or experience. Now, for me personally, I would love to learn more about wood turning on a lathe. I've done a little bit of wood turning in my past, but Woodworkers Guild of America has a ton of videos to help me. I liked this one by George Vandriska, teaching how to create a segmented bowl because I have zero experience with that. Also, his video on oval turning was pretty cool because I didn't even know it was possible, but his simple demonstration showed me how easy it is to do. If you're new to woodworking, you'd probably enjoy Jimmy DiResta's video on making consistent miter saw cuts or ripping small parts on the table saw. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the video description will get a full year of premium membership to Woodworkers Guild of America for only $1.49. Thanks to Woodworkers Guild of America for sponsoring this video. All right, let's talk about hinges. Originally, I would have loved to have just gone with a standard door hinge like this. And just by the way, these are actually called butt hinges. But the problem with using one of these is, as you'll see on your door that's mounted in your house right now, you cannot help but see the barrel. There's no way to hide that. So if I were to have this where the door swung up like that, this barrel is going to be seen on the front. No way to hide that. So how am I going to fix that? Well, this is a sauce hinge. This is a hidden hinge for doors. I'm going to use it improperly and in a way that they don't specifically say it's made for, because obviously I'm going to make mine go. But in order to recess this hinge, both top and bottom, I've got to have a lot of meat, a lot of blocking wood to be able to mortise up into. And that is why yesterday I took the liberty of going ahead and gluing up some 2x4s. with a nice smooth edge on here, and these are gonna fit into that upper box, and I'll be able to mortise into them. Now it's time for the hard stuff. Well, I don't know, we'll see how hard it is. It's the more technical stuff. I've got to mortise out for this hinge on both of these pieces. So according to these directions, they've got a template right there, which I thought I would just mark out and router out. But they tell you to use a Forstner bit. So I'm just gonna fold this on that edge right there. It says, let's go 6.5 to center. Now I'm using a Phillips hole punch. You use whatever hole punch you want.
It's 7.5, right?
Yes, exactly. 8 3/4.
Oh my gosh. No, really, it's 6.5.
You said 7.5.
No, you said 6.5 on the other one. Don't mess up.
If I get it wrong, it's your fault.
No, it's not.
And there it is. No fixing it.
I'm just proud of you using instructions.
Well, I prefer not to. And I can guarantee you, had it not had instructions, I would have just used the router. See, the problem is, if I blow this, I go too deep on the whole thing. It ain't gonna work. Okay, I'm just gonna have to eyeball this. All that could happen is the worst thing possible. 15, 30 seconds on the money. 15, 30 seconds. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. We're good. Oh Lord, I thought for a second I had that on the wrong side. When I just had that and I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be over here. I've lined everything up, marked it out. Time for the test fit. I want to make sure that everything swings nice and easy before I install it.
How does it swing?
It swings nice and easy like this. No, it's not. Got it tight. Okay, so I can see we've got a bit of an issue here. So I line these up. So whenever I did this the right way. You can see where I had a mark here so that I put these in exactly the same spot, the hole on each piece. But if you look at these hinges, as you can clearly see right here, these mortises for the hinges on this top piece must be in just a hair closer than they are on this one, because you can see how these hinges they're starting to pull towards each other. I hope this works. Say what? Look at there, look at there. All right, let's get this top box installed. And it's gonna require a little persuading, a little gentle influencing, if you will. I'm gonna attach it with some 3-inch screws. Now, I know I made the face frame longer than I needed for here, so I'm just gonna measure this down and see what I need to cut off. Basically 86 3/4. So 86 3/4 is what I need, and I'm actually at 86 13/16 heavy. So I'm not even gonna try to cut that. I think what I'm gonna do is just put a big round over on this, and that way as it goes down on the carpet, it'll be smoother up and down, and I don't think you'll notice that round over. All right. I hate to say it, but that was all the easy part. Now the hard part, it's got to be able to lift up. You know. Now, if my brain was just functioning at a full, I don't know, let's just say 13% capacity, I would have attached all of this while it was on the workbench. But instead, I attached that top piece and I do not want to take it out again. So now I have to insert these hinges into the top of this box, this door, this cabinet, while I've got it in the air, supported like an idiot. Oh, how freaking cool is that? Honestly, I was starting to question everything, but now I'm closing the dog up in there.
Like, no.
Come on.
No. No, not bad at all.
Yeah, we don't have, now once it gets to here, then it starts to get heavier. And then it gets really heavy right there.
Big old stick. Hold it up.
That's what we should do, just put a big stick there.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Anyway, I need the books and ladder. Yeah, that's for you. Now for the hard part.
Didn't you already say that?
To lift this up and hold this up, obviously I gotta have something to do that. And that is these struts that I've ordered. And I sure do hope they're the right ones. These are measured in newtons. This is 1100 newtons. Now I don't know if that's fig newtons or what, but I don't generally work in newtons. So I have no idea. I know that I can't push that down no matter how hard I try. I cannot shove that in. So I'm wondering, how many pounds is 1100 newtons? I don't know. I mean, you get like, I don't know, 20 newtons to a pack normally. The company that I ordered the struts from never sent the mounting brackets that I also ordered. So I'm gonna be making my own mounting brackets using this square tubing with the holes punched in it. I just picked this up at my local Home Depot. Having the holes pre-punched should actually save me a little bit of time, even though I'm gonna go ahead and enlarge some of those holes just so I have better access to the screw heads and the nuts and bolts that are gonna go through this. So I was able to put in all of my dimensions up here, all of the sizes of this box and the weight. I'm kind of guessing on the weight. I don't actually know. I didn't weigh it. And it gives me this configurator right here. And it tells me the weight of what everything's going to be at a certain level to lift and to lower. And it tells me where all my mounting points are. Now, that company didn't send me the mounting points, so I can't do it exactly how they say here, but I think I can use everything I've got. And hopefully this will give me all the dimensions I need to make this work, just like this piece does right here. This has to go in that hole right there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out there and I'm going to lift it up higher.
Okay.
And then you put that in that middle hole, okay?
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Okay, the third hole, right?
Yeah, the middle hole.
The middle one? Okay.
Okay, go ahead and do the other one. Okay, see if you get that nut on there.
Hold on, you got to lift higher, can you? Okay. Ooh. What?
That's not right.
That's for your
I
workout?
might have gotten too strong of a Yeah, it's like...
Maybe they just need to be oiled up.
Them jokers is strong.
Can you hang on it like a... Can you... Stop! Are you serious? Oh my gosh! Put your whole body up. What happened? Oh no.
So I did go ahead and order, just in case, a lighter duty. This one is a lighter duty strut in this, although I don't know by how much. I mean, it looks smaller, but you know, by compressing it, I can't tell. We won't know until we put it up.
Moment of truth.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yay.
I thought we were gonna have a failure. Oh, what are we doing? Oh, we're just putting Kim's classic book collection on our totally normal and unsuspecting bookcase that is just a regular bookcase. I almost forgot. I picked up these lights to add to the illusion. Yes, they are push button, but they have a cool other trick that I'll show you in just a second. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Here we go.
Oh, that is so cool. I love that.
But does it actually work? Let's find out. Oh, I also built these doors, but I didn't show that because how many times can you watch me cut and glue wood? Yes, it does work. Give me some skin. Indy would be proud. I mean, if he could actually find it. And because it stays at a slight angle because of the weight, the books all stay perfectly in place. Nothing glued. I like it a lot. One more time. You got it. Sure, a burglar-proof secret passage to secret treasure is incredible to have, but check this video out right here and I will show you a faster, easier, and better way to do something that is way more useful. And I'll see you next time.